Let me turn to the crisis in Iran. The crackdown appears to be working for now. The streets have gone quiet, a huge security presence in the streets. Mir Hossein Mousavi, the chief opposition leader, has not called for new protests. And President Ahmadinejad is striking back at President Obama and the comments that President Obama made on Friday. He has said he's calling the United States to stop meddling. And then he's gone on and said, without a doubt, Iran's new government will have a more decisive and firmer approach toward the West. This time, the Iranian nation's reply will be harsh and more decisive to make the West regret its meddlesome stance. It does appear that the prospects for engagement are diminishing, that Iran is taking a harder line.
Well, first of all, you know, let's be clear that we didn't meddle in the election in Iran. The dispute in Iran is between the leadership in Iran and their own people, and plainly, Mr. Ahmadinejad thinks that by fingering the United States that he can create a political diversion. So, you know, I'm not going to entertain his bloviations that are politically motivated.
That's entertaining them.
It's just an opportunity to say bloviation. No, I'm not. The point is this: we are going to continue to work through the P5, through a multilateral group of nations that are engaging Iran, and they have to make a decision, George, whether they want to further isolate themselves in every way from the community of nations, or whether they're going to embrace
well,
this. Understand that whatever Mr. Ahmadinejad says, everyone understands that in Iran, he is not the person who makes decisions on foreign policy, on defense policy. So this is political theater.
But the invitation is still open. If the Iranians want to come to Paris and sit down with the United States and the Europeans on the nuclear program, that invitation is still open.
Well, yes, and understand, you say it's an invitation. It is not a reward. We're not looking to reward Iran. We're looking to the nations of the P5, the P5+1. They want to sit down and talk to the Iranians and offer them two paths.
But I was talking...
And one is, it brings them back into the community of nations, and the other has some very stark consequences.
Final question. I was talking to an ambassador from the region this week who said, now, if you sit down with the Iranians, after everything we've seen in the last couple of weeks, you're going to be crushing the hopes of the young people in Iran and across the region who listened hard to the president's Cairo speech and thought he was striking out in a new direction.
I think the president's sense of solicitude with those young people has been very, very clear, and we're very mindful of that. We're also mindful of the fact that the nuclear weapons in Iran and the nuclearization of that whole region is a threat to that country, all countries in the region, and the world. And we have to address that. We can't let that lie.